everyone, this is Crow, and we are doing another stitch with me today. This is the new start for the week. It is in Cathedrals of the Forest. If you watched my last floss tube, you know that the in was important. I found out. And we are just gonna get started from the beginning. This is artwork by Stephanie Pui-Moon Law, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. It has a total of 126,300 stitches, and as you can see, I have 0. We are literally starting from the beginning, so you'll all get to see how I actually start my full coverages in diagonals, or just how I start my full coverages in general. To do 20 stitch wide diagonals. So the first diagonal will be this little tiny bit over here. I'm zoomed in pretty far, so it might not look too tiny. But this is 28 count, 1/1 full cross, so in real life it's pretty tiny. So I don't really know what to talk about today. I do need to move my ore jar. I do know that. There we go. You're probably hearing all... Oop, I just bumped everything. This is going real well. Going real well, y'all. Yeah. What are you all working on? It is Saturday, March 29th, 2025. So I did work this morning. I was up at 3:30 this morning, which if you know me, you know is not unusual. I do tend to get up really early. Even if I sleep later, I tend to get, or if I stay up later at night, I tend to get up early in the morning. It's just how my body rolls. So, oh, I didn't mark the, hold on, I need to mark the shortcut for this. Shortcuts, double click on single stitch, part in lower right corner. Thank you. There we go, yay. Okay, next color. Really, there is a single stitch of $37.99. Oh, but I can park it in the next diagonal. If anyone stitched Stephanie Pui-Moon Law before, they're very confetti. At least the sections of the ones I've stitched so far are very confetti heavy. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what I was... Oh, I was up at 3:30 this morning, and so I did work. I got candles made for starting a restock for one of the local shops that sells my candles. I like this one because it's not wholesale, so I'm in control of the inventory there. So I can see, what's sold, how many of each are remaining. I can give myself a notification for if something is low stock and set what I want the low stock to be. So it's really nice. Um, so I started on that this morning, and I made 3 batches. I made 2 batches of Sangria Sacrifice, which is a kind of what you think of when you think of a Merlot, like or not Merlot, a Sangria, like the traditional Merlot based, red wine based Sangria with fruit and citrus slices. 317. And I also made a batch of Morning Dew, which is spelled Mourn. And it is a Lily of the Valley and Rose scent. And that sells really well. Like, I can't keep that in stock. So, I did that this morning and had to get the child's lunch ready for he's off to ballet. Whoops. Dar took him. So that's been my morning. Did some stitching before while I was working. I worked on Perfectly Peppermint, and I also worked on Aunt Tizzy, one of my Aunt Tizzy Talks kits, which is the Adjust one. So and I have an event coming up in May, the beginning of May. One of the local bookshops is a mystery themed bookshop, and they do sell my candles wholesale. Well, they purchase from me wholesale, and then they sell my candles there. But they have a couple events throughout the year that they invite me to for free, which is very generous and lovely of them, because I certainly don't need to do that. And the one coming up in May is an ice cream event. So it's a take on ice cream and I scream. So it's like the first weekend of May, which I think, that's forever. And I've got time, but I don't really have time because it's basically April already. So I need to start stocking up for that as well. There's a few things I'm going to kind of debut there. I have a Noxious Neapolitan bundle, which is the Neapolitan ice cream, the chocolate strawberry and vanilla. And then after that event, I'll put it up at my website. So, I gotta get in my mindset that it's not that far away, and I need to not only restock for the shop, but prep for that event, because they let me sell my like they let me bring in whatever I want to bring in and sell without them being the middleman, so to speak. So they let me go for free and then sell my candles and wax melts and whatever at my prices without the loss of the wholesale. So not like wholesale is a loss, but you only get 50%. I know what I'm trying to say. That's all that matters, I guess. I get the full profit because there's not the wholesale involved. That's what I'm trying to say. Speaking of it coming to be April 1st, I cannot stand April Fool's Day. Does anyone participate in April Fool's? I absolutely hate April Fool's Day and refuse to participate in anything. It's some people take it way too far, and it's not just a fun little thing anymore. It's like a full scale, like, traumatic lie, and not about it at all. Like, to me, just, laughing at other people's expense, I just don't get. I don't understand. I really don't. Child's due date was supposed to be April 1st. That is not when he was born. Thank fuck. But that was his due date originally. And Dar and I were like, oh my god. I don't even know if you can really see these stitches, but they need to be done, so. But yeah, just the whole laughing at other people's expense, I really don't understand. And people take the quote jokes and pranks way too far for April Fools, and I find it rather disgusting, quite frankly. So it's a day I always dread every year, because you always see the stories of people who, were kind of traumatized by whatever the joke or whatever was supposed to be. And I just always feel so bad for those people. So that's coming up, on Tuesday? Not looking forward to that. But, no one, like, I don't, Dar doesn't, Child doesn't, and so really, if I stay off the internet, I'll be fine. Okay. So I did put this one in my regular category. It is one that I really love, but I have quite a few full coverages that are marked as legacy whips. And so I kind of need to chill with marking things as legacy for a bit. At least until I get some finished. So this will be in the regular category, so you won't see it that often. Ladybug Spring from last week I also put in the regular wheel. So, and since I did work on these, on both, like when I work on it for the new start, I black it off on the wheel so it can't get picked till I have rotated through everything, because I did work on it even though it was a new start. Yeah. I was talking to Tanya from Stitching Addicted, because in my last floss tube I had said how I took Hubble Bubble Square off my wheel, my new start wheel, because I shouldn't have put it on there in the first place because I'm starting it with her on August 1st. So I took it off, and then she messaged me. I was talking to her, and we decided, she's like, you should just put it back on and see if it actually picks it. So I did. I put it back on the wheel. So we'll see if it picks it for a new start between now and August. I mean, the odds are very low each time, but it does have a chance each time. So we'll see. It'll be kind of fun. It's another little side mini game to see if Hubble Bubble Square gets picked. And my other mini game of when something gets picked, do I remember what it is? So far, I'm 1 for 2. So, see if I can increase that, because that's not a good showing to start off with. Oh, by the way, this is one of my new needle minders from Carla, the Stitchy Witch in Scotland. I love this so much. It's more clear and focused when it's over here, but yeah, I ordered a few more from her. This one, they just came yesterday, so they're all still here. This one I'm gonna put on The Village by Tamiel Gross. I'm trying to get it so you don't see the ring light. But it's sporkly, and isn't that perfect for Village? So next time I get that out, that one's gonna go on there. On there, I don't even know what. How did I? What was I even on there? I don't even know what accent that was that came out of my mouth just then, but yeah, so I have been really enjoying my new rotation, y'all. Or not my new rotation, my new plans, my new strategy. I've been really enjoying it because it has picked things that I haven't worked on yet this year. And it's been fun to get them out, and I have given myself leeway that if something gets picked and I really don't want to work on it just then, I just unmark it on the wheel and spin again. So I am giving myself leeway that I can still change my mind depending on what it lands on. If I'm like, I really don't want to work on that right now. So I'm not 100% tied to what the wheel lands on. But I still will work on everything on the wheel before the wheel gets reset. So it's really fun so far, and I'm enjoying it. Next month is our friend Bandit's turn for the community sal, and because it's her birthday month, and she picked animals in April. So I have a couple things. I think I want to finish Dark Familiar, which I started this month, February, maybe the end of February. I don't remember. I have it in my thing. Anyway, it was a recent-ish start. It's from I have it right here. It's from the Magical Cross Stitch. So I want to finish that. And then I think I'm going to work on Cheese Delivery by Chris Dunn. Charted by Pain Free Crafts. And I think that is going to be my other piece for April, because there's lots of cute animals in that piece. There's Mingus and a ferret with a plug on his nose so he doesn't smell the cheese. It's really cute. And it's one of my Priority Parade pieces that I want to finish for Child. 168. Oh, that's not my 100s. So I think that would be a good one to do. See if we can't get a finish and get some good progress on Cheese Delivery. I'm not at 5% yet, so it is in my Priority Parade to 5% wheel. So it'll be nice if we can maybe get to 5%. We'll see. Oh, goodness. There are still a few days left. 2 days left, not including today, for Murder March. So if there is anything that you want to post, and I will leave the channel up in the Discord for a few days, so anyone who has like last minute pictures or progress photos to add or whatever updates can do so. Ooh, and speaking of, I am so excited, y'all. I got a message from the framer that the 3 pieces I sent were shipped out yesterday. She sent me she sent me photos of them all finished. I am so excited. I can't wait. I sent Rooks by Al Forrest. I sent My Body version 2 by Birdie's Crossing, and I sent Cyndaquil by Long Dog Samplers. And I cannot wait for them to get here. They shipped yesterday, and I do have a tracking number. I didn't look at it because, they just shipped yesterday. But when they come, I will absolutely show you all in a floss tube before they get hung on a wall. I'm very excited. Rooks and Cyndaquil are going to go on my murder wall. And My Body version 2 is going on my craftivism wall. I chose no glass for all of them. So, you can really make it choose, and if you do choose glass, you can choose the, like what type of glass you want. So, but, so you can really make it as, what you want. I'm so excited. They've been in, well, I think My Body I finished last year, 2024, and the other two have been in the drawer for like a couple years. Santa Quill and Rooks. Rooks might even be older than Santa Quill as far as a finish. So, I keep saying, oh, well, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then I don't, because I hate finishing things. I can't stand it. And, I don't do it professionally. I do it enough so it gets in the frame, basically. It's not a good job when I do it. And so I much rather would pay someone who knows what they're doing and is doing it well and proper. And oh, sorry, I just hit my little clamp that I use to hold the fabric. So yeah, they was sitting in a drawer, and I finally, thought, no, you're not gonna do it, Andy. Get your shit together and just send it off and get it on the wall, because that's, I want to see them. I'm not set out to, I know I'm not going to finish everything that I've started. I've said that a few times, but like, the things that I do have finished, I want to see and I want to enjoy. I don't want them just in a drawer. So Raisin will be in the next shipment that goes out. I do have to save up a bit before I send another set of finishes out. But Raisin and the 3 Pasinka piece will be in that shipment. And we'll see what else I have done before I send that out. Like I said, I need to save up some more money before I actually send it out. So but I'd rather like get caught up with everything and then just work on, once I have one by the time I get another finish done, right, will have been able to save up for that finish to get it framed. It's just a matter of catching up with what I already have done. That's a bit tricky. Did I not finish that? I didn't finish that. Well, guess what? The top leg of that stitch is going to be this color. That's how we roll over here. Alright. It's gray on gray on gray, so if anyone can tell out of all of this that that one stitch has a different color top and bottom, more power to them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Get a hobby? I don't know. Alright, 318. I quite like 318 because it's a gray, but it's a purpley gray. I've still been decluttering and cleaning out, and Frostara kind of continuing that theme, and I have another 3 boxes ready to go to Goodwill, and one of the boxes is like an extra large moving box. So it feels really good. I'm really trying to clear out things that, I know I'm not going to use, just haven't been used, aren't my style, aren't our style anymore, don't go with the house anymore. Crafting supplies that I'd rather have someone use than just have them sitting on the shelf, So it feels really good. I think I'm going to get rid of, okay. There's kind of a story to this. A number of years ago, my sister-in-law was living with us. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of things got broken. And so both of us still drank at the time, me and Dar. And so we had some wine glasses that my mom had given us for our wedding that were like gold rimmed, and anyway, one of those got broken. And so I was upset, and we decided, hey, you know what? I think it was for Thanksgiving. It was for Thanksgiving. We decided, you know what? We're going to just go, and I think Dar went to Walmart or something and got stemless wine glasses. So that they had no sentimental value. They were cheap. So if one did get broken, it wasn't a big deal. They're harder to knock over, etc. None of those got broken. And my sister-in-law still managed to knock one over and spill red wine all over the white tablecloth. So, but neither of us drink anymore. So I think I'm gonna pack those up and get rid of those as well, because they're just sitting there on the shelf. We don't need them. Let me pause for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. That was funny. Dar, like I said, went to drop child off at ballet, and I was here filming, and I saw a notification from Signal pop up, and I didn't read it. I just saw it pop up on my phone that, hey, you have a message. And I heard the door. It didn't sound like the door had opened though. It just sounded like um he had tried the doorknob, and I thought he had locked himself out, and that's why he had messaged me. So I paused and went to let him in, and he's not there. And I was so confused. Of course, then I read the message, and it said he just let me know he was going to go grocery shopping. And I thought, oh my God, was that actually him though? Was that like, I hope that wasn't just some random person trying to get in the house. So I messaged him and said, hey, did you come inside or was that you? He said, yeah. But he heard me filming and he didn't want to interrupt. It's all good though. It's a great thing about being able to pause. You can just start right back up where you stopped. It's warm out there though. I just went out because I thought maybe he was sitting in the car waiting for me to come to the door, and it's warm. Yesterday it was cloudy and rainy. It was lovely. Today it's sunny and warm. But I'm gonna stay in and stitch and probably maybe make some more candles. And probably gonna prep some taco meat for child for lunches for this week as well. He goes to cyber school, so he is at home for school. We don't teach him. It's not homeschool. He has actual teachers and classes, like all that kind of stuff. It's basically a public school. It's just online. But so he gets himself lunch every day, which is nice. But I do want to prep him some taco meat so he can make tacos or nachos or burritos or whatever he wants to make for lunch. So I'll do that today or tomorrow. So he can make sure he has protein. The only day I make his lunch is Saturdays for ballet. Other than that, he gets himself his lunch every day, which is really nice because honestly, it's prep for life. You're not always going to have someone there making your lunches for you or making your food for you. So some days he'll make himself grilled cheese or pasta, nachos. Sometimes he'll do like a sub or a sandwich or eggs. He'll make himself like a... Why can I not? There we go. He'll make himself like a poached egg thing. Burgers he'll make himself for lunch sometimes. So he has been on a pasta kick lately, though, to the point where we were like, okay, you need to chill with the pasta. Like, I get it. It's yummy and delicious, but you can't have it every day for lunch, okay? Like, let's have something else. I gave him mini vegan sausage rolls this morning, and Chex Mix and a granola bar for lunch. Because one of the other students has a nut allergy, so we can't give anything that has nuts. And he doesn't eat cold sandwiches, so we have 2 thermoses, like, for hot food. So that's usually what his lunches are, or some sort of, hot food. Normal, he likes peanut butter and jelly, but we can't do that because of the nut, even though it's not nut, but you know what I mean. They didn't actually specify if it's just peanut butter or if it's nuts or if it's all of it, so we just, to be on the safe side, don't give anything with anything like that. So but when he doesn't eat cold sandwiches other than like a peanut butter sandwich, it's kind of tricky. He likes nuts, like he likes cashews, but we can't give that. Candy we obviously have to be very careful about. So, oh wow. I'm sorry. Wow, I'm failing today at this. To get my thread and completely whacked the hole. If y'all are putting up with me through this video, hopefully y'all are looking at your own stitching and not me whacking the camera or whacking my stand. Still have to do the stitch with me for Awakened. I think that might be a silent one, like one with no talking, but I'll put some rain, thunderstorm noises in the background. Just chill and relax and stitch along. But obviously, if you don't want to listen to the rain, you can just mute it and you're not going to miss me, and then play whatever you want to listen to, and you're not going to miss me saying anything. So I think that's what I'm going to do for Awakened. I love that piece so much. That's enough for another Stephanie Pui-Moon Law. I'm really been into the Pui-Moon Law lately. The wheel just kind of solidified by picking this, but there's a number of her pieces on that wheel. So it's honestly not surprising that one came up pretty quickly. But Awakened is another Stephanie Pui-Moon Law piece, and I love it. of screwed up the focus. But I'm not going to play around with it. I'm just going to finish this little section here, and then we're going to call it a day. This was a very all over the place stitch with me, but I hope you got some progress done, some work done on whatever it is you were up to while watching and listening to this. And we did get almost a full diagonal done in our new start number 2. So I'm going to finish this color, and then we'll call it a day. I'll be back on Monday for our next floss tube. And I'm going to try to do the Awakened stitch with me either later today or tomorrow and get that up at some point. I'm not sure when. I need to come up with a system now for doing the multiple stitch with me's a week. I haven't really decided what a good system will be for that, but I'll figure it out. Alright, so that is that for the new start stitch with me. We got 183 stitches in for 0.14%. So that is that, y'all. And thank you for stitching along, and I'll see you next time. Bye!